The Black Press of America and the National Newspaper Publishers Association welcomes you to a very special interview today. Philip Bailey of Earth, Wind, and Fire, the founder of the Music is Unity Foundation, has joined with Mixed Roots Foundation to partner for the Power of One, Hour of Unity, a virtual event to raise awareness and funds to meet the urgent needs of foster care of foster youth across the country. The event is part of the second annual hashtag Foster Challenge that kicks off in May with the month-long Power of One campaign, challenging Americans to donate $1 for each of the nation's 500,000 foster youth to raise a total of $500,000. Foster Challenge, hashtag Foster Challenge contributors can make a donation at www.fosterchallenge.org. Before we bring on the great Philip Bailey, let's bring on first our president and CEO, Dr. Ben Chavis. Good afternoon, Dr. Chavis. And of course, there he is, the one and only, the lead for Earth, Wind, and Fire, Philip Bailey. Welcome.
Thank you so much, fellas, and thank you for having me. It's such an honor and a privilege to be on with you. How are you guys doing today?
We're doing well. We're honored to be in your presence, Brother Bailey. On behalf of the Black Press of America, Karen Carla Richards, our national chair, and all of our members. We have 230 African-American owned newspapers and media companies all over the United States. We reach millions of people in print and digital. But listen, man, we are pausing to salute you and your work and your leadership, not only in the music industry, but in the community at large. And listen, if I had to put at the top of my list of the best all-time group, Earth, Wind, and Fire is right at the top, man.
Oh, well, thank you so much, sir. Coming from you, you know, the work that you've done for all of us over the years has just been extraordinary, and it's quite an honor to be on with you today.
Thank you.
Certainly our pleasure. And let's start, Philip. First and foremost, tell us about when and how you got involved in advocating for foster youth across the country.
Well, we have a foundation called Music is Unity, and it's over 10 years old, and a portion of our proceeds, our touring proceeds, have historically gone to fund organizations who are helping foster youth, especially those who are aging out of the system with their daily necessities. I have 7 and 7 grandchildren and children, and I can't imagine any of them trying to navigate through life without anyone to call to support them with their needs and challenges through life. And there's so many youth, millions of youth out there that find themselves in that place by no fault of their own. So our dollars, a portion of our proceeds, our ticket sales, have always gone to, since for Music is Unity, to organizations who are helping these young folk just navigate through life.
Wow. It's an awesome cause. Tell us about the hashtag Foster Challenge. What is it exactly, Philip? How does it work, and how do people get involved?
Well, you can go to www.fosterchallenge.org and take the challenge and make a donation. And we're just asking, really, you know, as much as a dollar. We're trying to raise $500,000 for 500,000 youth, foster youth, and you know, it's a doable challenge. Especially if, you know, people become aware. All of us know people who have gone through foster care, and a lot of times, you know, it's not spoken about as much or something. But we all know individuals and who are making substantial contributions to our world in a positive way, who have gone through foster care, and we're just trying to make aware their plight and their need, and we're in it for the long haul.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, May is Foster Care Month. National Foster Care Month. So I imagine that it takes on an even bigger significance for you and your organization.
It really does. And, like when we're on the road, we do a thing called our backstage sound check. And we introduce, we invite foster youth to our sound check and introduce them to all the different facets of our touring company, in hopes that those who are interested uh, in the music industry or touring industry, they can get a little more information, and they stay and watch the show. And um, we've had some great experiences doing that. But now with the over the with the year or more now, with no touring and so forth, it's very challenging, even for us, because those ticket sales and stuff are not, they're not there. So until we get back to normal and get out there on the road and stuff, we really need people to step up and meet that gap.
Yeah, absolutely. And you have a big date coming up in May. I think it's May 20th is the actual date for the big Unity. Talk about that a little bit, if you will.
Yeah, we'll host we'll host the hour of power, um, the power of 1 hour of unity at 6 p.m. Eastern, and 5 Central, to applaud the achievements of foster youth and allow their voices and stories to be heard. And for more information, you can go to musicisunity.org to find out what we're doing there, and see how you could get involved.
Wow, wonderful thing. Dr. Chavis, I want to throw it over to you. I know you want to get into this conversation as well.
Well, yes, I'm just sitting here with admiration for the work that Philip Bailey is doing. Brother Bailey, we live in the midst of this COVID-19 pandemic. It's caused a lot of stress in particularly the African American community and other people of color communities, well, actually all communities. But coupled with COVID-19, we have this problem of police brutality, some of the issues, social justice, racial justice issues, a lot of tension. And of course, whenever we've had these periods of tension in the history of our people, we turn to our music, we turn to our lyrics, we turn to our poetry, our art form. And certainly what you're doing for foster care is just so admirable. A study came out that shows that people of color children are disproportionate in foster care. And sometimes it's very difficult to find adequate homes, foster care homes, so they wind up being almost institutionalized. Can you talk about what the trend is of more people getting involved with foster care?
Well, and you're so right with what you're saying. Oftentimes, the need just goes unmet because it's underpublicized, and there's not an obvious physical challenge associated with people who are going through foster care. Many times, they're not physically challenged or anything like that. So many times, the light has gone out in their lives, as far as hope and possibility, and they have no one to go to and to turn to, or to and they've, many times they lose hope and find themselves in terrible situations in jail and under viaducts and sex trafficking and so forth, and not all, but too many for us to allow this to continue to happen when there's so much wealth in America.
Yeah.
And there's so much actually waste, like we're saying, $1. We're saying, if we all come together, you can find $1 under the mattress. If you can look at the plight of these foster youth and donate as much as $1 during this foster challenge, it will be fantastic. It'll change a lot of people's lives. And we're going to ask you to do. I'm going to ask you to do something else too. Make that $1 donation and then post it. I'm in. with the Foster Challenge, helping foster youth around the world.
Yeah, I can see where that would encourage others to, Philip Bailey, to join in. Maybe your friend, your family members, all of us to join in. It's such an amazing cause that you've taken up. You mentioned the Music and Unity Foundation. Can you discuss that a little bit more? How can we find out more information about the Music is Unity Foundation, and what's the mission of it?
Well, Music is Unity is specifically directed to foster youth. That's our mission, to help and to publicize the plight of foster youth, and especially those youth who are aging out of the system, because they many times don't have any champions, enough champions to publicize their particular need.
Yeah, and Philip, you mentioned the the dollar donation, and you also mentioned something that many people tend to overlook. Like, you guys haven't toured. No one has really toured because of the pandemic, so that hampers, I'm sure, the ability to do all that you really want to do. But how's the rest of the band? Let's talk about just a little bit the rest of Earth, Wind, and Fire, and other entertainers that I'm sure you know a lot. What is their response to this cause?
Well, I've got a bunch of friends, in the industry who, Foster Youth Month, they really have stepped up and publicized and donated and got involved. And so I want to thank them, so much for championing the cause of foster youth. And, but the more, the better,
Mm-hmm.
and as many people as can make folks aware, donate $1 or more during Foster Month, the month of May. Take the challenge and get involved in your local communities with the needs of foster youth, and become more aware. And you can go to musicisunity.org to get more information on what we're doing, or go to the fosterchallenge.org to see exactly what we're doing.
Yeah, the $500,000 is the goal, but hey, you wouldn't be mad if you exceeded that goal, right?
Wouldn't be mad at all, and neither would the foster youth around the country.
Yeah, absolutely. And Philip, before we talk a little, we're going to go back to the foster youth situation, but let's talk about more recently. You guys, you joined that ultra popular show Versus.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us about that. How, it was the Isley Brothers and you guys. Tell us about that experience on Versus.
Well, we were trending and the whole thing, and to that point, we the largest audience I believe that we played to was about, it was in these festivals, which was 200,000 plus or whatever. But man, that was like 4-6 million people. Like, it was crazy. And it was trending, and we had a lot of fun, just reminiscing and playing, the music that Earth, Wind, and Fire and the Isleys have been a part of for both of us for over 50 years. So it was a lot of fun, and people really, they really showed up, and we got a lot of great compliments on, all the reminiscing, because all that music has just really become part of the soundtrack of everybody's lives at this point.
Oh, absolutely. Now, who has the deeper catalog?
I think that probably because the Isleys have been out longer than Earth, Wind, and Fire, almost 10 years. So they definitely, they got 10 years on us.
Right,
Dr. Chambers.
So, but listen, our audience, I know we have a lot of Generation Z as well as millennials watching, Brother Philip. Tell us something about how you first got involved with Earth, Wind, and Fire, your own personal journey
Well,
into the height of music?
Well, I'm from Denver originally, Denver, Colorado, and so I grew up there studying music in school and so forth. And I grew up at a time where live music was the thing. So
Yes.
we always had bands, and I grew up singing in the band and the choir and so forth, and then had bands and played around the city. Um, Studied music in school and in college. Um, Long story short, we I was introduced to Earth, Wind, and Fire through a mutual friend, Perry Jones, back early '70s, and moved out to Los Angeles. And when they began to reform their band, they asked me to be a part of the group, and I called a couple of the guys that were in my band in Denver, Larry Dunn and Andrew Woolfolk, and they joined. So that was the nucleus of the iconic Earth, Wind, and Fire that everybody knows.
Well, that's great. That's a great journey, and you're still making impact. I mean, even when Earth, Wind, and Fire and the Isley Brothers were sharing their music together, you saw how millions of people responded. So that's definitely not only a memory, but I would say a present day aspiration, a present day hunger and thirst for the sounds and the words and the lyrics and the images of Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Most definitely, we've really been blessed, and we're still touring and stirring and packing houses and stuff. This year we were touring with we were supposed to tour with Santana, and that's been moved to next year.
Yes.
But yeah, I can't wait to get back out there and see all of our audience from around the world, and do what we love to do.
You know,
Well, as I said before we came on camera, I'm going to say it now publicly. The National Newspaper Publishers Association, we want to salute and give Earth, Wind, and Fire one of our highest awards for your achievement, for your impact, and the work that you're doing, Philip Bailey, particularly with foster care. That's such an important area. And I'm glad, I hope other brothers and sisters who are successful in the entertainment industry will follow your suit, will follow your lead, make those contributions, and so that we can take care of our children who are in foster care.
No question, no question. Well, coming from you, sir, it is quite an honor and a privilege. Thank you guys so much for giving me this platform to champion the cause and to advertise and to really make people more aware of the plight of foster youth. Get involved, um, accept the challenge, and get involved in your communities as well.
yeah, and let's show that photo, that flyer of Power of 1 Hour of Unity, which takes place Thursday, May 20th at 3 p.m. Pacific time, 5 p.m. Central, and 6 p.m. Eastern. It's a extremely important date. People could write it down. You can see where you could text to donate. Text Foster Challenge to 76278. I think that was the number. We're going to show it again. 76278. Yeah. And again, Philip Bailey says $1 is all they ask for. And then when you make that $1 donation, please show folks, put it on your social media platforms, send it to your family and friends, and encourage them to make that donation. It's such an amazing cause. And we really, really are appreciative of Philip Bailey and his team for bringing it to the attention of the Black Press of America. You know, Philip, the Black Press has been around 194 years, even before the end of slavery.
Wow.
And, our founder said, we wish to plead our own cause because for too long, others have spoken for us. So we're here. Dr. Chambers, of course, the great civil rights icon himself, is the leader of the Black Press. And we're so glad to have him as well. Dr. Chambers, I know you have more to say before you let Philip Bailey go, so I'm going to let you have at it.
Well, thank you. Again, on behalf of the Black Press of America, just want to salute Philip Bailey for your leadership, for your artistic genius, for your wisdom, for your compassion, and for your care of foster children, foster young people, And I listen, man. You're practicing the golden rule. Do unto others as you will have them do unto you. And God bless you. And we're looking forward. We're going to talk to your management so we can give you and Earth, Wind, and Fire our award in June. Right, the month after foster care, we want to salute you and Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh, what an honor! Thank you so much, sir. And it's it's an extreme pleasure to meet you, and I'm looking forward to it.
Very good.
So Philip, we're gonna have to ask you to sing a verse so we can close out.
Reasons, the reason that we're here.
You are awesome. You are absolutely awesome.
That's beautiful.
Thank everyone for joining us. Please go to that website again or text to Foster Challenge to 76278 and tune in to the Power of One, Hour of Unity. Save the date, Thursday, May 20th, 2021, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific. Philip Bailey will be there. So you be there. Thanks a lot. Thanks for watching. Everybody stay safe and stay well.
Thank you.
Thank you.